Welcome back to their Marvel stat video, coming at you with an updated take on an old favorite, Ronan Dino. Ronan the Accuser, 5 energy ongoing card that gets bigger for each card in your opponent's hand, as well as Devil Dinosaur that gets bigger for each card in our hand. This deck list game plan is relatively straightforward. We look to play one of these potent effects on turn 5, to then follow up on turn 6 with a copy of Mystique to get that effect for a second time. Because Mystique only takes 3 of our 6 energy on that final turn, we can also play something like Maximus or Crystal that scales up that ongoing effect in both location. This deck also has access to a lot of powerful disruptive elements that we can play out in those final moments of the game. Shadow King, Rogue, and Killmonger are some of the best interactive cards in Marvel Snap right now that we can play in tandem with something like Maximus or Crystal or that Mystique that's duplicating our effect. At the bottom end of the curve of the deck, we have other cards that are disruptive and help keep both players' hands full. We have Master Mold that can load your opponent's hand up with Sentinels. We have Sentinels to keep our own hand full for Devil Dinosaur. And then we have format staple Mobius and Mobius, making sure that pesky waves don't lock us into just a single play on that last turn of the game. This deck list was a ton of fun and feels competitive, like it has game into actual everything since we have big stats and good tech cards. If you like what you see, snap that button for the rest of the day. Have fun. More likely to be able to keep my hand full than I am to make keep their hand full, since Max is already in play here. All right, did you put Shadow King in your deck like you're supposed to? Let's find out on this episode of Dragon Ball Z. So I said Shadow King. I meant Luke Cage. Nope. All right. Chat, if your Elsa Bloodstone deck doesn't have Luke Cage in it, you're misbuilt by 1 card. All of these people that are promoting. I've seen so many creators posting decks that don't have Luke Cage in them in their Elsa Bloodstone deck, and you're just like, you're at least 1 card wrong. Like you might be more than 1 card wrong, but if you're missing Cage, you're at least 1 card wrong. Victory. 3 cards out in a path that are reasonably sized. They have an Elsa in play. They also explicitly put Vibranium into their deck, so they likely drew a 1/4. Yeah, they were super dead to Shadow King again, and you'll note that they just stayed in, so we should not expect them to retreat when they're dead to Shadow King. I mean, fair's fair. Still not bad for them. And keep failing. It's an actual factual Dazzler, chat. of my game. Get out of my game! Nice boomer step.
Victory.
Like, I really can't emphasize enough that a lot of people like to make Conquest out to be this super competitive mode. There are way more brews and random and wacky decks inside of Gold and even Infinity Conquest than you will find at higher up spots on the ladder. Conquest is very much Marvel Snap's more casual mode. It is unranked and lovely. Yes, I also agree with that take, Touchpad. Gold and Infinity Conquest arguably have more off-meta stuff in them than the lower tiers do. Wait, if I Maximus and they Deadpool and play it out and destroy it with only playing 2 cards, their Deadpool just goes away, right? Yeah, I'm gonna snap him. And they feel like Deadpool plus thing to blow up Deadpool, we have priority, we fill their hand. Oh my god, and we denied them the Dakin shard. Brutal. Savage. Wrecked. Alright, do they have magic? They get strong on the Shang-Chi. Should be good to go. I guess I could be powering up a null by killing these. Nah, we're good. Okay, we thoroughly outsized their null this game.
Victory.
Well, that's a pairing. Number 1, chat. They're number 1. They're number 1. I'll throw Mobius off to the right. It's a bad location. Again, to be in a quick retreat for us. And they did nothing for the first 2 turns, meaning this is gonna gum their hand up nicely. I'll snap on that. Gotta know when to mold them, chat. Know when to fold them. Rude means that, what's it called is likely. This rogue's likely good. This will be an absorbing in. I was hoping to draw Ronan, but Dino will have to do in a pinch. It's kind of crazy that they could just, like, brood into Absorbing Man, and we can play cards on curve, essentially, and we can still be behind in terms of priority. Yeah. I guess this... Does this beat Eliath? Eliath would be 9 here, and I'd be at 11. This beats Eliath, right? Their deck doesn't usually have a way to interact with my Devil Dinosaur on the board. Like, ones like that can be pretty valuable when the format is fresh. Wouldn't this lose to Eliath Wraith? They can't play Eliath Wraith because of the big house. So locations are doing some heavy lifting for us here. It would have been 20 to 20 there. That was accurate. All right. Do you have a 2-drop? They do. My deck doesn't really care if we have 1-drops at the end of the game. We just have Snowguard, so I think tucking Killmonger into the Dark Dimension here has a lot of value. Sure does. Sure does. Do I want a Crystal?
All systems go.
Okay, and then I put Mystique here. I think it's these two here. Good still? We're good because of the Snow Guard, right? She gets us +4 in the middle. Yeah, clean win. Close game.
Victory.
I've seen it on my YouTube channel. It's less than a majority of the streamers I've watched since they rolled out this new system, whenever they have something that references caring about their rank in their stream title, they always look absolutely fucking miserable while they're playing the game. Just like the amount of stress and frustration like visible on their face over this number that gets you actual nothing other than bragging rights is so crazy. I get that you want Mr. Fantastic in the middle, but Fantastic in the middle into Gullion 3 is a bold choice. Snap them at this point. Yeah, we need to get Master Mold and accompanying 6 split at some point here. I'm gonna slide Dino here. I think I want to end on Ronan, because I think Ronan is likely to be bigger with them having 7 cards in their hand right now. So we'll Dino left and shrink the Lizard, and hopefully that's good enough there. And then we can throw this here, and then next turn we can go 3-3 or 3-2-2. Players who aren't back to infinite yet aren't represented in the rank numbers. So, part of the kind of TLDR is that people's ranks are different from what they would be if everybody was up to infinite. I don't see how they beat 19 here while also beating 24 here. But like, in a system where you're directly competing against a bunch of other human beings, you dropping while not playing is very much expected. That's an average expected case scenario. Alright, that's a Shang-Chi, so whatever this 3 is, we should be good to go, right? Yeah. You drop by people passing you. I am mostly in what I would refer to as like maintenance mode, where like I'm spending to keep up with the occasional extra, but not a lot. Alright, well they definitely came out ahead there. On the flip side, there wasn't really a way for us to come out ahead. I would be surprised if Mobius has a text box against my opponent's deck. Now, that, however, that sounds appealing. That's not a rogue target. Now that's a rogue target. Oh, flippy rippy. Sometimes lucky, rubber ducky. Alright, they won the Sakar, we won the rogue flip. Clean, Lemon. Never lost a coin flip in my life. Not about to start now. You know, they'd have got me for a second cube if they'd have snapped properly. I don't know. I feel like if you're not willing to gamble on those snaps, you just probably shouldn't be playing Loki as a card. I think I'm just turning the Great Web off for a turn so I could have a chance to get a Ronan or a Dino in there if I draw it. Nice. Stops their Ant Maze here too for extra upside. Oh, snap. Snap them, I think. Okay, Goblin means I need to Ronan middle, so that way we're covered against Galactus. I guess this means something low power could get sucked over to the left, which is not ideal. Wait, what? Victory. How in the hell does that work? That's all. Snap the like button if you'd be so kind, and check back in again tomorrow for another highlight.